Hey world, it's been want to come back with another video. Family, I was just going to freestyle this morning, okay, on this beautiful day. Um, but I came across some content, man. I just had to share with you, and it's so funny. And first of all, thanks again for subscribing to my channel, family, and liking the videos. I really appreciate that. You know, I like to say whether it's thumbs up or thumbs down, it's all love. You dig? But just to reiterate, also on my last video, when I talked about those three banks that was offering those high interests for savings account. Okay, let me clarify. You know, don't put all your money in one bank. All right. What being what it do is I use Fidelity checking account. They have a cash management account with Fidelity, and it's it's free checking. It's real free checking. You dig? Where ATM fees, or you don't pay for ATM fees. You know, they reimburse ATM fees, which to me, I've always thought that was somewhat of a juggernaut move by the banks. You know, how do you psychologically sneak in fees, on people for them getting their own money? Think about that. How do you flip it and say, listen, we're helping y'all out by providing ATM machines. Now y'all got to pay for them. You want your money, don't you? To me, I think that's crazy, man. I mean, you getting charged to retrieve your own money from a bank that's actually making money off of your money. Okay, don't forget about fractional reserves, all right? And that's why when I mention, high interest savings accounts, I mean, it only makes sense. Why would you want to put your money in a bank that's not giving you any interest on it? I mean, it don't make sense, right? And I think I had a cat that watched me yesterday, and I kind of want to respond to him. He was saying something that, the family should go to somebody named Mike Maloney and check him out if you want to know about the history of banks. And I guess he just must be new to the channel, because if he been in the garden, and I hit that a long time ago. Okay, family? We already know about the Federal Reserve System, being originated in 1912, 1913, and how they had the meeting at Jekyll Island with the top 6 bankers in the world, okay? And how it was actually going to be called the Aldrich Bill, but they actually changed it to the Federal Reserve Bill so that the public wouldn't be alarmed, all right? And then in 1933, how it went off the gold standard, all right? And so, the family knows about the history of money in the garden. And so Mike Maloney, yeah, he's a good source, yeah. He's an advocate of gold, but, I'm not. So appreciate you watching, young man. But, yeah, my family in the garden, I already know about the Federal Reserve System and how money don't exist. It's just our energy, okay? It's my job and my responsibility to make sure the family get information that's going to help them overcome these types of situations, all right? So I digress. But thanks for watching, though. So like I was saying, put your money in different banks. Don't put all your money in one bank, right? Like I said before, I'm with Fidelity because they have free checking. I don't have to pay for ATM fees. I have my IRA over there. I have an IRA over there, as well as I have a brokerage account over there. All right, and then of course, E-Trade. I have a brokerage account and an IRA with E-Trade, right? And then with TD Ameritrade, okay? And then I'm with the credit union, with the federal, with the firefighters credit union. My whole point is diversification, okay? It's like, why put all your eggs in one basket? And see, when you understand money, okay, how it works, then why would you put all of it in one account, like one big savings account, one big checking account? You just transfer money. No, make that money move around for you, all right? Y'all see the shirt my daughter got me? You know what I'm saying? Love you, baby. Like I was saying, so, that's all I want to come back with, a little information on that, a little clarification on that notion that, it's not safe to put your money in. But yes, it's safe to put your money in banks that's going to give you money for your money, over 2%, say 2.35, 2.45, that's what you want. And remember, we're moving toward a cashless society anyway. So get out of this apprehension of, well, it's online banking, I need to be able to touch my money. Touch it, believe me. When you put $10,000 in a bank, brick and mortar, it's $9,000 already gone because of fractional reserve, okay? So, you got to understand how banking system works. The bank won't be letting you put the money in the bank and offering you all this free checking stuff if they didn't need the money to make money. That's what banks do. They're in the business of making money. All I'm saying is it's safer and more productive for you to find different locations or institutions to place monies like your emergency funds, your little savings account. Not everything, okay? Use your checking account to pay your bills, okay? But then, of course, you got money going to other areas like your RA, all right? So just trying to diversify, okay? And also, too, on that note, remember, family, those who are well invested in your 401ks and you've been in it for a long time and you're about to get up out of here in the next couple of years, I would definitely check your monies, because I came across something on the wire this morning, and said that President Trump said he's going to, if he's not reelected, it's going to be the biggest stock market crash in history. You dig? Now, why would President Trump say that? Remember, it's the Trump card. President Trump told us in 2016 that this market is a bubble, right? I took heed to that because I'm like, hold up. First of all, President Trump being the president was a trip, because I knew him from the 90s, of him from the 90s as an actor, he was cool, you know what I mean? I didn't think he was president cool, I didn't think he was a politician, but I always thought he was cool, you dig? And so now you're in a situation where he's president, I'm blown away, right? But then it's funny to me because then I'm seeing all these things that's going on, and like I said, I've been politically inclined for many, many years. This is different, right? This is the president communicating with over 65 million people by Twitter, on social media, okay? And so when he says that if he's not reelected, it's going to be the biggest stock market crash ever, then think about what he said in 2016, that it was a bubble. I'm telling you, it's a bubble. All the indicators indicate a bubble. And people are throwing their money to the stock market. Remember, family, only reason I'm saying anything about investing, because I know that's the best possible way for you to grow your money when the time is right. Okay, when it comes to equities and stocks and stuff, stocks and bonds. But also, too, you understand that during times like these and tumultuous times, unpredictable times, times that are full of volatility, as investors, as people that are financially literate, you want to make sure you step back and say, okay, what my money doing and what is it going to do? And if I've been contributing to this 401k for 15, 20 years and I'm about to get out of here, can I afford losing 30% to 40% of my money? Because remember, if you got $100,000 in your 401k and you lose 30%, that's 30 grand right off the top. And then they say, okay, well, I just got to work longer. But even if you work longer and you lose 30%, now you're down to 70%. Okay? Well, your 401k and the market would have to go up like 43% for you just break even. Because remember, if you go back up 30%, you still short. You did? You still short, because 30% of 70, you know what I'm saying? That's 21, so you still short. You still short. That's only like 91,000. So my point is, be conscious of that. All this talk, get off social media for just social purposes. Make sure you get some education, because, like I say, the Democratic politicians, the presidential nominees, where they supposed to be going this weekend? South Carolina for what they call the Black Economic Alliance Forum. I guess the Democratic presidential nominees will be going there to ask for money or lie about what they're going to do for black people. Because I'm pretty sure the Black Economic Alliance Forum, this isn't their first time meeting. And so to have Democratic presidential nominees show up there, they should, and themselves, they should be disingenuous. They should feel that should be something that I would view as disingenuous. It's only during presidential time you want my vote, then you come see us. You dig? So let's be conscientious, family. Okay? Let's be conscientious. All right? You got to ask yourself, who invited them to the Black Economic Alliance Forum? Who invited them? And why are they going? Okay? But I digress. Like I say, family, watch your money in reference to diversity. All right? Like I say, what president says that? If the market crash, if I'm not reelected 2020, then it's going to be the biggest stock market crash in history. Wow. You don't think when 65 million people hear that, and then the television, the social media is going to blow it up, right? Then of course they're gonna tell us a story about the Afro-melanated family in what were they at? In Arizona, allegedly being police harassed or being brutalized by the police. I seen it on video. It's just that's all they can show. Okay, that's all they can show. So, last story, family, before I get up out of here, and this everything is precipitating a crash and a recession. Allegedly, Iran had fired missiles on a U.S. tanker, which Iran denied, of course. But of course, Pompeo and the other Trump administrators are condemning Iran and saying they did it. So that's going to pretty much get some military interest in the conflicts going, right? You remember we got like, what, with foreign aid, there's what, $48 billion in foreign aid every year that we spend that goes primarily to the military bases overseas. So all of this quote unquote money that's being spent, okay, you need to make sure you're a part of it and not lose yours. Check your 401k, all right? Look into different banking institutions, okay? And increase your financial literacy, family, all right? And I'm gonna come back with a little bit more information, family. Probably go live tonight, but I want to make sure I definitely reiterate. I really thank you, family, for joining me from the South Carolinas to Minnesota, okay, Louisiana, Hawaii, all over, Texas. Appreciate it, family. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High Saudi bring you joy, and being with His 5,000.